Before getting started with the video, I do have a couple of disclaimers. One, most of my face is already done just so we can focus only on the palette. And two, I am getting sick, so if my eyes are red, if my voice is weird, if my nose is runny, that's why. Today I will be reviewing the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette right here. It comes with 9 shades and it is a small palette. So from my understanding, the palette was created to be very travel friendly. And I agree, the packaging is very sturdy and very small. You can fit this anywhere, so it is very travel friendly. And that's one of the things that people have been having an issue with, is the size of it. But it's a pretty good size. It's 9 eyeshadows, and I think that the price is pretty good as well. I believe this is around $26. Let me look that up, just so I'm not lying. I'm gonna go to Sephora.com. Okay, I lied. It's $27. I was almost there. So I'm gonna read what it says. The Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions. The electric palette offers 6 bold mattes and 3 shimmers, which is true. And the shimmers, I will say, are amazing. In bright blues, electric yellows, and neon pinks, creating dramatic show-stopping looks is now effortlessly achievable with just one palette. I will say I agree with that. Oh my gosh, my agree was really bad. I will say I agree with that. So even though a lot of people are mad about the size of the palette, I love that they come in this size. I'm not sure about the other Obsessions palettes, but this one I'm very happy with the size of it because I don't usually wear these colors often. I'm more of a neutral girl, and I'm not a makeup artist, so I don't use my eyeshadows on anyone else other than myself. And I'm not doing editorial looks every single day, so I think it's good that it comes in a small size, because this way I have all of these beautiful, very over-the-top colors that I can wear whenever I feel like getting a little crazy with my makeup. I wouldn't want a full-on, full-size palette of these colors just because I wouldn't get to wear them really. And it also has this big mirror right here, which is very important. So I have been playing around with the eyeshadows for a couple of days now, so I kind of have my mind made up as to what I think about the palette and about the eyeshadows themselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started into the swatching just so you guys can see like the pigmentation and how it goes onto the skin. And then I'm gonna do a makeup look with them so you can see exactly how they go onto the eyelids. So let's jump into that. This last color right here went on a little bit chalkier than the other two. I don't have a problem with that though. Very pretty. The shimmers are going on so smoothly. You can't really see that one. Let me try that again. Can you see it? That right there is the second row. And then this is the last row. This is my favorite shade of all of them. Do you see how pretty that is? So pretty. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'll show you. Out of all of the eyeshadows, this red one right here was the only one that gave me kickback. You can definitely see it right here. See how there's like shadow right there just hanging out? But kickback to me is not an issue. I feel like when eyeshadows have a little bit of kickback, they're always more blendable and creamier on the eyelid. So I might be completely wrong, but that's how I feel. My blending brush is pretty stained because, like I mentioned before, I have been playing around with the eyeshadows and I have not cleaned this guy. So it's stained, but like nothing comes off of it. The first shade I'm gonna go in with is gonna be this deep hot pink right here. I'm barely touching it. I've already primed my eyelids with concealer and I've also set them with a little bit of translucent powder. So we're ready to go right in. I'm gonna place this straight onto the crease and I'm gonna go in a round motion. If you hear any noise, it's people in the hallway. So far it's blending very, very nicely. You hear them? They're so annoying. I'm sorry, they really are. So rude. And then if you feel like you need to do more blending, just clean your brush and just go back in up here a little bit and blend. Now I'm gonna go in with a mixture of both pinks, the hot pink and the Barney pink right here. So I'm just gonna mix those right there. And going in a round motion again. Hope you can't see my moquitos, because that would be embarrassing. I'm just doing the same thing that I did first. Blending, and now we're going to try to keep it tighter into the crease. There. I'm going for a Malibu Barbie look today, just FYI. So once I've removed most of the product from the brush, I'm going to go back in there and again blend. So I'm going to try to blend both the first shade that I put in there and the mixture of the two shades together. Just marry them together right there. I love doing eyeshadow and I'm really bad at it. I just really enjoy the process. Now I'm gonna mix this blue right here with the burgundy here to create a even deeper purple. And I'm just gonna place this in the corners of the eye. So both the inner and the outer corner as well. And it worked. Same thing to the inner corner. You know what I didn't do? I didn't bake my under eye area just in case we got any fallout. I should probably do that right now. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna kind of bake the under eye area in case I get any fallout. So I'm just gonna place powder there everywhere. And then we're very lightly going to connect them at the top right here and just keep that strictly in the crease, not going above that at all. So far, I am loving this. Now for the fun part, I left the space blank for a reason, obviously, and the reason is I'm gonna go in with this blue right here. This is a sparkly shade, so it's one of the shimmers. I'm gonna put that right in the middle, and I'm not wetting my brush. So pretty. So the reason I didn't wet my brush was because, like I said before, I've been playing with these eyeshadows for a couple of days now. And when I wet my brush, it kind of took away the shimmer. It did make it more like metallic and foiled, but it didn't have the shimmer anymore. I'll show you guys on this side so you can see the difference of it being wet with Fix Plus and being completely dry. I guess the color is more intense. And I love this as well, but you can definitely see a difference between these two. Okay, so I'll show you. Do you see how in this one you can see like specks of glitter everywhere? And then in this one you just see a sheen. Like it's just one plain color, and this has the glitter specks. I don't know, I hope you can see that. I hope you can tell. I'm gonna remove that with a tissue paper so I can go back in with the dry product and make both eyes look this sparkly. So now I'm gonna go back in with the blue and burgundy mixture, just a little bit, and I'm gonna try to blend both colors together. Well, not blend, but just make the transition smoother. Now I'm gonna go into the lower lash line, and I'm gonna use a mixture of both the pretty pinks right here. And using the same technique that I used on the eyelid, just go on the corners and leave the center blank. Before I move on to the center of the lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and line the waterline with my Too Faced Bulletproof 24-Hour eyeshadow. And I'm just applying that to the back of my hand just to melt it a little bit so that it glides on smoother. So now for the center, I'm going to take that blue again, place that right in the center right there. I'm just going to remove all the baking powder. I'm going to curl my lashes with my Tweezerman curler. I'm going in with my Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. I don't know where the f I'm looking. So I decided not to add any falsies just because I don't want the falsies to take away from the eyeshadow. I feel like it looks really good. And the mascara is actually pretty good, so it did a really good job with my lashes. So now I'm just gonna add highlight to the inner corner. Using that same brush I used for the blues. I'm gonna try to remove a little bit of the blue on a tissue, but even if it doesn't come off, it's fine because it'll give it like a blue hint to it. My favorite inner corner highlight is Sassy from the Nude palette by The Balm. And I just like to add that right in there. And you know what? I'm actually going to wet my brush for this one. It's so much better. See the difference? Whatever is left over, I'm going to put on my brow bone. And now to finish off the look, I'm going to go in with some more highlight because when I baked my under eyes, it sort of removed it. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. is the finished look. Honestly, I'm gonna give this palette a thumbs up. I love this look. It's so pretty. I love the blendability of the matte shadows, and I love how creamy and smooth the shimmers go onto the skin. I didn't have any issues, and you guys saw there was like literally no fallout. There was that kickback issue with the burgundy one, but it didn't show on my eyes. As long as it's not showing on my eyes, it's fine with me. I don't know, I'm really a fan of it. I really, really love it. And like I said before, the size of it is perfect for me because I don't do looks like this on a regular basis. So I'm pretty pleased with this. I definitely recommend this palette if you are not into very bright shades or doing editorial looks. Definitely give it a try. Like I said before, these are very, very wearable colors. They might not be everyday colors, but you can make them be everyday colors. And as you guys saw, you can mix the colors to create a new color. So that's always a good thing to have. This is a fun palette that definitely needs to be in everyone's collection. I think it's a fun addition to my makeup collection, to my eyeshadows. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up. It will really, really help me out, and I'll see you guys on my next video.